Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and elders of JMS who was well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Anah. I'm back with another video. It's called A Great Humbling is Coming to ESAU, EDOM, Daniel chapter 4. Right. So basically, going into Daniel chapter 4, it just breaks down King Nebuchadnezzar, and his pride being brought down, then acknowledging Yahweh Bashmi Shai, right? And with Esau Edom here on, the earth and everything, roaming about, doing all the wickedness that he's doing and just boasting in his wickedness, and his pride and, throwing everything out there, a great humbling is coming to him. His inward thought, Psalms 49:11, that he would continue, forever and on through different generations. But that's not the case. So, anyway, Daniel 4:1, we'll get it. It says, Nebuchadnezzar, the king, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell on the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. It says the vision of a great tree. Daniel 4:4. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in mine house and flourishing in my palace. I saw a dream which made me afraid, and the thoughts upon my bed and the vision of my head troubled me. Therefore I made a decree to bring in all the wise men of Babylon before me, that they might make known unto me the interpretation of the dream. Then came in the magicians, the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers, and I told the dream before them, but they did not make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But at the last Daniel came in before me, whose name was Belteshazzar, according to the name of my God, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And before him I told the dream, saying, O Belteshazzar, master of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy gods is in thee, and no secret troubleth thee, tell me the visions of my dream that I have seen, and the interpretation thereof. Right. So Nebuchadnezzar knew that Yahweh Bashmi Shai dealt with Daniel. Right. So he called him in, to give him the interpretation of the dream. And once again, this dream is basically a great humbling coming to the king. Right. And that's what's coming to ESAU Edom. It says, thus were the visions of mine head in my bed. I saw, and behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. The tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof to the end of all the earth. The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, the beasts of the field and shadow under it, and the fowls of the heaven dwelt in the burrows thereof, and all the flesh was fed of it. I saw my vision of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and a holy one came down from heaven. He cried aloud and said thus, how hew down the tree and cut his branches, and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves, and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it, and the fowls from his branches. Nevertheless, leave the stump of his roots in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass, in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven. And let his portion be with the beasts and the grass of the earth. Let his heart be changed from man's, and let a beast's heart be given unto him, and let 7 times pass over him. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, which are the angels, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Right. So fast forward into modern day Babylon the Great, which is United States of America. The same thing is the case. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth whithersoever he pleaseth it. Right. But Esau Edom think he has done all of this for himself. He's boasting in his technology and his new world order, basically trying to become immortal in different things, and he thinks he has done this, for himself. And that's why going into Revelations 13, is it? So basically going to Revelation 13, after Esau Edom, if you go to Revelation 20, let's get that right quick also. And then you go down to 7. So basically, during the Dark Ages, the Byzantine Empire, when Esau Edom was locked up for 1,000 years, after that 1,000 years period, he was supposed to be loose for a little season, right? And here it is right here. Revelations 20 and 7, it says, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan, which is Esau Edom, shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Right, so that's pretty much it. We understand that Esau Edom, came out, he deceived the nations, and he went to, battle Gog and Magog at the end of it, basically, because that's the end of the world, nuclear war. It says, we'll start at 5. It says, Revelation 13 and 5, it says, and it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and powers was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. Right, so that 40 and 2 months is basically a period of 350 years, coming from, like I just said, that 1,000, after the 1,000 years are done, up into basically to where we're at right now. Basically, him to do all the things that he is doing in the world up until now. But as you can see, it was given unto him by the power of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai to perform his will in the earth, basically to bring in the end of the things, right? So we can, receive our judgment, and then in the latter end, Esau will also receive his judgment. If you go into Lamentations 4, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but we'll get it. We'll just start at 21. Lamentations 4 and 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right? So Esau Edom, the sword of the Lord, is performing the works of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, basically making us go through the things that we went through, for our different sins. But according to scriptures, he took it too far. But nonetheless, he did that so we can, go through and pay for our sins. But now things are turning, and he's also going to go through these things into slavery, basically. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O Lord of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, right? So now, like I said, the end of the thing is Esau Edom paying, and the roles are reversed. So, going back to Revelations 13 and 5, it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue, for that period of time, which is 40 and 2 months, 350 years up until now, slavery and all of that we went through up until now. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Right, going back to his blessings. What is it? Genesis. Is it 27 or 37? I think it's 27. Yeah. It says Genesis 27:37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And then the blessing going to 39, Genesis 27:39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, right? So that's going back into the time of that 350-year period. He broke, we came out of slavery, and here we are now. And then you go into you go into Ezekiel 37, the dry bones been awakening, right? So that's us. We're here in that time. That's Esau, Edom, but all this stuff was given unto him, and that's what he don't understand. So going back to what we was talking about, so I got all of these, just to say that, all this was a blessing from our forefathers, but also from Yahweh Bashim Shai, given to Esau Edom, right? So he has no power. All these great things that he accomplished, Babylon the Great, all this was given to him by our Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? But he doesn't understand that part. So now going back. Where was I at? So yeah, I read this. Right, so once again, going back to where we are right now, modern day Babylon the Great, which is United States of America, we have Esau Edom set up, which are the kings, the rulers of the world, and they are the basis of men. Right, Job 9:24, the world was given into the hand of the wicked. Daniel 4:18, it says, "This dream I, King Nebuchadnezzar, have seen. Now thou, O Belteshazzar, declare the interpretation thereof, for as much as all the wise men of my kingdom are not able to make known unto me the interpretation, but thou art able, for the spirit of the holy God is in thee." So Daniel breaks down the dream. Let's see. We'll just read it. It says, "Then Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, was astonished for 1 hour, and his thought troubled him. The king spake and said, Belteshazzar, let not the dream or the interpretation thereof trouble thee. Belteshazzar answered and said, My lord, the dream be to them that hate thee, and the interpretation thereof to thine enemies. The tree that thou sawest, which grew and was strong, whose height reached unto the heaven, and the sight thereof to all the earth, whose leaves were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and upon whose branches the fowls of heaven had their habitation. It is thou, O king, that art grown and become strong, for thy greatness is grown, and reacheth unto heaven, and thy dominion to the ends of the earth. And whereas the king saw a watcher and the Holy One coming down from heaven, and saying, Hew the tree down and destroy it, yet leave the stump of the roots thereof in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass, in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts of the field, till 7 times pass over him. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon thy lord the king, that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth to whomsoever he will, right? So basically, a great humbling had to come to this king, Nebuchadnezzar, right? Also, a great humbling is coming to Esau, because he think that he did all of this on his own, and he thinks he's going to continue forever and ever, and that's why you go into the New World Order and the MOTB that he's trying to implement and take people away from, our power, basically. It says, and whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. After that thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule, right? So basically, once this king understands that Yahweh Bashim Shai rules, he will still have his kingdom for a period of time. But, coming to modern day time, Esau Edom kingdom will be destroyed forever, right? He's going to be in servitude and then destroyed, going into Obadiah chapter 1, which I got pulled up also. It says, Wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sins by righteousness, and thine iniquities by showing mercy to the poor, if it may be a lengthening of thy tranquility. Right? So basically, it says the vision fulfilled. So all this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar, and at the end of 12 months he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. Right, so after 12 months he was walking around. It says the king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? Right, so he's saying he did all these things, by himself, for his kingdom. And then it says, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee. And just like that, it was plucked away from him. And then basically it goes into, him, performing the acts that was said that he would do until, he understood who was in control, basically. It says, the same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like bird claws. Right? So it was just for a period of time until he understood that, hey, Yahweh Bashar has the power, right, and not you. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praise and honor him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. Right, so this is going to happen to Esau, Edom, right? And if it don't, I got right here. But those mine enemies which would not that I would. This is Luke 19 and 27. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me, right? So Esau, Edom, and all nations will be in subjection, right? And those that won't be in subjection, they're just going to die, pretty much, So, but yeah, that's Esau's great, pride, a great humbleness coming to him, just like we can see right here in Daniel 4, where this king here thought that, it was him that controlled everything, but, we know who it is, right? And Esau needs to learn who it is. Even right here, Edom will be humbled. It says Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? So as you can see, Esau Edom was walking with great pride, just like the last king, Nebuchadnezzar, and is in a place, needed to be humble, which is coming to him, right? Habakkuk 2 and 3, though it tarry, it will surely come. Let's also get Jeremiah 49 and 16. It says, Thy terribleness have deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Right? So Esau is boasting in his different, satellites, his F-35s, all these things that he puts up into the skies, and all of that. But the Most High is going to bring him down, right? And that's why he's boasting his technology. He's so prideful, and he needs to be humble, right? And that's the destruction that's coming to Babylon the Great. We'll read some of this. This is Psalms 31 and 1. It says, Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Right? For there are no bands in their depth, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Let's get that in LT right quick. Get that word right there. It says they seem to live such painless lives. Their bodies are so healthy and strong, right? That's for verse 4. We'll read it again in the KJV. It says, For there are no bands in their depth, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment, right? So Esau even boasted in his pride. He's happy to do evil, and wickedness. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Right? Even if you go back to Revelation 13, where we was just at, talking about the same person, the same man. Revelation 13:5, it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. And just talking about the beast from the sea, right? Which is ESAU, EDOM. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, like I said. In verse 6, 13 and 6, Revelations 13 and 6, it says, and he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven, right? So he blasphemed the angels, the Israelites, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Where we at right here? It says, verse 9, Psalms 73 and 9, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doeth God know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? Let's get that in the NLT. Verse 10. We'll start at 9 again. Psalms 73 and 9. They boast against the very heavens, and their words spread throughout the earth. And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words. Right? Even once again, if you go back to Revelation 13, they wandered after the beast. Even right here, verse 7, Revelation 13 and 7, it says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Verse 4, Revelation 13 and 4, and they worship the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him, right? And that's the people's worshiping the revitalized Roman Empire, which is Babylon the Great, right? So there you go. Once again, Psalm 73 and 10, and so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking all their words. Verse 11, and they say, how doeth God know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Verily I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning, right? So basically he's saying that, he's doing all of this trying to stay clean and, be repentant and things like that, but the wicked are, just steady being blessed, and it doesn't seem like nothing's wrong with them, right? But if you go into, again, Habakkuk 2 and 3, Dora Terry, it will surely come. And what's going to come? Basically the prophecies of the downfall of the wicked, of ESAU, Edom, of his kingdom, and of all his great, evil wickedness that he does. It says, verse 15, if I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then understood I their end, right? So their end is basically destruction, right? Basically a great humbling, right? Once again, Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to bring ESAU Edom down, and ESAU Edom is going to be humbled. So with that, I hope you was edified from this lesson. I want to say shalom to the elect.